Well, we have all heard of seasonal depression, right? When the weather turns cold, dark, and rainy, that can change your mood. But how about when the sun comes out? Is there such a thing as summer depression? Dr. Greg Jantz is here with some insight into summertime depression. It's good to see you, although it's kind of bumming me out. I mean, summertime, summertime we're supposed to be happy and outside having fun. Is this a real thing?
Yes, well, that's part of the expectation. It has to be great, and sometimes we put pressure. And there's the expectation, my summer has to be a certain way, and it's not.
It's not.
And maybe I have expectations that are unfulfilled.
Yeah. Okay. So personally, you know, school just let out, 3 kids at home, and I'm like, okay, we're already 3 or 4 days into it, and it's like the summer drain. You know, it's like, what are we going to do today? That's a big challenge for people. You're not in a routine. You're kind of trying to figure out how to fill your days.
Marnie and I relate. I have kids as well. One of the things that we need to look at is the change of routine can really throw us off. And we need to be careful about that, because the change of routine then can cause us to do some undesirable behaviors. We start looking for excitement. Okay, now, as funny as it sounds, well, maybe not funny, but about 10% of the people who have seasonal affective disorder have it in the summer. So this is a bigger thing than what we're talking or really realizing. So that the expectations of summer, there's also body image issues that we need to address as well. You can get more depressed in the summer because of expectations, as well as I may be overeating, over drinking, I may be unhappy with how I look, and so I'm going to isolate. But I have the belief I should be happy, I should be having a great time.
Wow. So, okay, so we hit on a lot of things right there. What do we do about it? So say, let's start with body image for one. So it's swimsuit season, you're planning a vacation, you've got anxiety built around that. You know, how do you start coping with that? How do you kind of change that into a positive?
Let's just say that's true for both men and women. Okay, the body image. And even more so. There's a lot of sensitivities around that. Okay, one of the things, don't isolate. That'll be your tendency. And remember, all of us feel the same way.
So you're not alone.
You're not alone. It's really true. The other thing you'll have a tendency to do is start to make comparisons. You start to look at other people and go, and you always will feel worse. Okay, so get out there, because everybody feels the same. Don't let weight or body image stop you from doing things.
What about the expectations? You said we all have the expectation that summer is going to be awesome. You're going to be out doing this, that, and the other, but maybe you don't hit the mark. What are some examples of things that we can do to kind of minimize? I mean, we want to have high expectations, but to manage that. Okay,
managing our expectations. That's important, because one of the things is it can really set you down. And by that I mean, if I have too high of expectations, Marnie, I may then go and do self-destructive behaviors. So every day, decide to do something that takes you in a physical way. I don't use the word exercise necessarily, but do something that keeps you moving. Outside, remember to keep the basics up. Schedules change, keep drinking your water, keep having your breakfast, practice the self-care. You will feel better, okay? You may not feel like it. Keep a schedule. Summertimes, do have a sleep schedule. A lot of times we get sleep deprived, and then it sets a whole nother spiral that's kind of downward. Right,
so we're not getting enough sleep. We've got these high expectations, and maybe we're partying a little more. Maybe we hang out with friends a little later than we would. We're drinking. Is that a concern in the summer too?
I'm saying please be aware of that.
Be aware of that.
Yes, that can be a big concern. We can use summer as an excuse to ultimately do self-destructive behaviors.
Okay. Wow. So how do we know if one of these things has gotten to the point, risen to the point where it's beyond our control, we need to go see somebody like you?
Well, one of the things that we're seeing is if you're isolating and you're not going out and doing some things because of shame or guilt, and if you're overusing, over drinking, overeating, any of those things that you're doing, so if you're not around people and you're doing behaviors that really aren't taking you where you really want to go, that's a sign I'm probably depressed.
Yeah, go get some help. You're not alone. 10% of people with seasonal depression.
So it's a bigger issue than what we realize.
That's eye-opening. Thank you, Dr. Jantz, as always. Have a good summer.
Safe
summer. Guys, back to you.